Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, October 10th, 2014. You can follow us on Twitter at Catex TV. Global stock markets look as if they're going to have another down day. Global stock markets have lost a lot of money of late, especially in the past 4 days, because of growth concerns in Europe as well as in China. Meanwhile, in the United States, the price of gasoline in many places has gone below $3 a gallon. So Americans are happy so long as they don't check their retirement accounts. In the Western Pacific, actually, super typhoon Vongfong is on the move. It has spared the Philippines, apparently. It skirted the northern part of the country, causing heavy seas, but it is on track right now to hit Okinawa and is still expected to hit Japan. It's currently south of Okinawa. It's moving toward the Kadena Air Base, which is on full alert, the American military installation in Okinawa. There's no question that it is a large, extremely powerful typhoon, said an official at the Japanese Weather Service. Its strength has been compared to Typhoon Haiyan. It has been downgraded now from a super typhoon to a equivalent of a Category 3 storm, although it's expected to again pick up strength as it hits the warm waters off of Okinawa. It's expected to dump up to 19 inches of rain on Okinawa. It's going to be coming in with wind gusts of about 160 miles per hour. There was a massive earthquake off Easter Island to the west of Chile. It occurred at 10:14 p.m. Wednesday night, Greenwich Mean Time. It was a 7.1 on the Richter scale, which is one of the strongest of late. It caused the evacuation of about 350 people on Easter Island. Did not cause any damage or injuries, but it did cause a small tsunami about 3 feet in height that had to travel some 2,100 miles to reach the coast of Chile. Bond insurer MBIA apparently has sustained quite a hacking breach. It was told 2 weeks ago about a server breach that comprised the data of thousands of local U.S. government entities, but apparently it did not address the problem until earlier this week. Apparently, a cybersecurity expert had attempted to contact the company after discovering a breach in its cyber defenses. The company thought he was trying to sell them something, so they did not necessarily respond. It turns out that the New Hampshire Public Investment Pool and Trust Indiana has had their data compromised. It seems as if a number of personal bits of information, including Social Security numbers as well as other account details, may have been stolen. Thus far, apparently, there's been no indication that any money has been stolen. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., yesterday was Ben Bernanke's turn on the hot seat in the trial being brought by Hank Greenberg, Star International, against the government. He had to wait until former Secretary Tim Geithner got out of the hot seat. Mr. Bernanke gave terse and clipped responses to questions, many times just a yes, sir, or a no, sir. He affirmed that AIG had been on the verge of collapse in September of 2008. He agreed that AIG's collapse would have been, quote, basically the end of the financial system. So connected was it to other parts of the financial world. But Mr. Bernanke did not agree with the notion, which is part of Mr. Greenberg's claim, that AIG got a raw deal from the Federal Reserve or that it could have gotten a better deal elsewhere. Bernanke said it was evident from the fact that the board took the Fed's offer that they didn't have a better offer. Mr. Bernanke's testimony came a day after emails from him were introduced into court. Writing under the pseudonym Edward Quince, he indicated his frustration with AIG, quote, acting like an investment bank, and said he believed that an open-ended loan to the firm amounted to a bridge to nowhere. There's another interesting subplot going on. There apparently is a book called the Doomsday book, which is a listing of all the powers that the Federal Reserve believes that it has dating back to its inception in the 1930s. David Boies, Mr. Greenberg's attorney, has attempted to have that book introduced into evidence. The Federal Reserve is pleading with the judge not to do so. Thus far, the judge has kept it under seal, but people are watching to see when and if that is introduced and what, in fact, is in it. Liberty Mutual is shutting down the U.S. property insurance account written by its Lloyds operation. According to sources, the book for U.S.-based property clients written by Liberty syndicates has effectively been put into runoff. It's understood now that all property insurance underwriting for American risks will be done out of Lloyd's U.S. platform. American International Group has also made the news in expanding excess casualty liability limits for Class 1 railroads in the U.S. and Canada up to $1 billion per occurrence. This is sorely needed with the number of crude oil trains moving around North America, taking oil out of the Dakotas as well as the Marcellus Shield in Pennsylvania. There have been a number of catastrophic losses dating back to the Lac-Mégantic crash in Canada last year. So this is coverage that's going to be sought and greedily snapped up by American railroads. I'm sure the premium is going to be enough to justify AIG's entrance into the arena. There was a large explosion in a little town called Greeley, Canada, in the suburbs of Ottawa last night. It occurred while many people were watching the Ottawa Senators open the National Hockey League season on television. It's unclear yet what caused the blast, but it was heard as far as 20 miles away. Apparently destroyed several houses in a small village nearby. The mystery surrounding the whereabouts of North Korea's Kim Jong-un continued to deepen. He missed a ceremony today that was held to pay tribute to his late father and grandfather. It was the national anniversary of the Workers' Party of North Korea, which he is the head of. There were a bouquet of flowers there in his name, presented to the memory of his deceased relatives, but the most senior official there was the second most important leader in the country, Wang Pyong-so. He also was the man who attended the 17th anniversary of the Asian Games in South Korea last week, lending more fuel to the fire or the theory that perhaps Kim Jong-un has been deposed. No one knows. We'll wait and see. We note again he controls a 1.1 million man army and nuclear weapons, and nobody knows what's going on with him. The baseball playoffs in the American League begin tonight. It will probably be freezing, but nevertheless, the show will go on. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching.